firstly, doing well, Jane.
Yes.
We want to say that,
Yes.
and we'll explain everything shortly. But why did you choose to keep the diagnosis a private affair?
Yes, I think private is a good word rather than secret. I obviously wasn't private about it to any friends or family, and I said to my boss at work, who's been fantastic, I said, look, do tell the staff. I don't want people wondering or speculating as to why I'm not in the newsroom all of a sudden. So he told staff in an email once I'd left work at the end of November. But you just never know how it's going to go, do you? By definition, anyone who's gone through this, of course, you hope for the best. You hope the operation's going to go well. My surgeon, who's been fantastic, was confident. She was amazing, you know, on the day she told me the diagnosis, because I realised with hindsight, what she made me do was leave that consulting room knowing all the positives in my case, and there were lots, genuinely, Christine. I mean, I was super lucky, and there will be women watching this who've not had such a positive prognosis, and my heart breaks for them, but I can only speak for my experience.
Yeah.
And she was really positive, and she said, yes, you do have a tumour, it is cancerous, but really good news, Jane, we don't think it's gone into the lymph. We don't think it's in your skin. You've had really positive hormone tests. She left me walking out of that room with a list of positives in my head, which I thought was really clever. But despite all of that, you don't know. It's a general anaesthetic. It's a big operation. And I didn't, again, very, very personal decision, but I didn't want to start putting things on Twitter, start talking about it on social media, just in case there was a hiccup.
Yeah,
I hoped I'd only be off work 6 months. What if it turned out to be a year and a half? You don't want to be constantly having to think, I must log on and give people an update. That wasn't right for me. I know it's right for some people, and all power to them, but it wasn't right for me. It's
just time to focus on yourself, basically, is what it was.
Yes.
And it was almost a bit of a sixth sense to you, wasn't it, Jane? Because you sort of knew what they were going to tell you, and there was no history of breast cancer in your family, or...
No history in my family. A few medics have laughed about me at that and said, you people in the media, you see, you're always the ones going on about how family history is important. Oh, no, sorry. And they reminded me that actually only about 30% of breast cancer cases in this country are familial. So that's a very big chunk of women for whom, you know, the family history is nothing to do with it. And I've already lost my train of thought, and this takes us on to letrozole, because that's what it does to you, Christine. I'm so sorry.
Not at all. No, because you're on medication, having had a mastectomy in December.
That's correct. Yes.
And you chose not to have reconstructive surgery. It was a case of going, do you know what, I'm doing okay as I am.
Yep. I felt it wasn't right for me. That's partly to do with your body shape. If you're my body shape, as in reasonably slim, but definitely not flat-chested, a reconstruction is multiple operations.
Yeah.
It's not just one. People probably don't realise it. And again, it wasn't right for me. I thought, I am not having any more general anaesthetics than I need to.
But you did recover incredibly well, Jane, and you put an awful lot of that down to having had a healthy lifestyle, really, in the first place, and you're a fit person, you eat well, you do all the right things.
I have, as it happens, done all the right things for about 25 years. So when I told some of my friends that I'd been diagnosed with breast cancer, I used a lot of black humour, and I said, oh, what was the point in eating all that broccoli for 25 years? How ridiculous. I don't even like broccoli. I still eat it, by the way. But, oh, my goodness, I hadn't realised the difference it would make going into such a big operation. But
just from a strength perspective,
slim, reasonably fit. Don't get me wrong, I'm not Amazonian. I couldn't run a marathon, but I'm a regular gym goer. I have been for many years. And I definitely realised with hindsight it has helped my recovery enormously. You're spot on, and I feel very lucky for that. It was a huge bonus. I remember going for you have wound checks obviously after your operation, and you'd go and see the specialist breast cancer nurses. Every couple of weeks they'd look at your wound. Obviously I have a massive great scar across here, and they will check, you know, they want to make sure it's healing, and one lovely, very experienced nurse, she looked and she went, how long ago was your operation, by the way? And I thought, you think, oh, you don't know, what's this? And I went, oh, it was 5 weeks ago. And she went, oh, my God, your scar's lovely, it's amazing.
Oh, really?
And she said, again, that's about going into it in pretty good shape.
Absolutely right.
So I'm very glad I ate all that broccoli.
It paid off eventually. It can be good.
Yes.
it can be a good
Yes,
outcome,
yes.
and to try your best to that positive chat that you have with the consultant. And I know it's much easier said than done, but you are the product of that.
Yes, yes. I almost wondered whether to say this and whether it sounds slightly fatuous, but if you're given that diagnosis, maybe this sounds mad, but please try not to be too scared, because there has not been one single element of this for me in the last 10 months that has been as bad as I thought it would be. Genuinely, the operation, big though it is, I was in nowhere near as much pain after that operation as I thought I would be. Didn't take anything like the amount of painkillers I was actually prescribed. You know, not one single part of it has been as scary. Radiotherapy, specifically for breast cancer, is not invasive, it's not painful, it's not difficult. I didn't have chemo. I'm super lucky, but I did have radiotherapy. It does make you very tired, but it's not painful. The staff are amazing.
And it
amazing.
Works. Well, Jane, we're so delighted to see you back and doing so
you.
well, and back to work as well.
Yes.
So back where you
Back to
belong.
Brexit.
Telling us what happens in the news. Exactly. Nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed.
Thank
All
you,
that time
Jane.
off.
It's so good to see you. Thank
Lovely
you very
to see
much.
you, Christine. Thank you.